Hi, I'm Mike Greiner, and I'm a bankruptcy attorney here in Warren at the Financial Law Group. And I'm here to talk to you today about the process of bankruptcy. What a lot of people do when they come in and they want to file Chapter 7 bankruptcy is they're wondering how long will the process take? And I'm here to describe you a little bit about the process right now. The way it works is that the key date in your filing is the date you actually file your case. That's actually considered the date that the order for relief is granted. That's the filing date, the first day that you file your case. From that moment on, you're protected from your creditors. So they can't call you, they can't sue you, they can't harass you, they can't garnish you from the moment you file your case. So for example, say you're facing a foreclosure. If you file bankruptcy before that foreclosure, it immediately stops the foreclosure, even if you file the night before the foreclosure sale is scheduled. Same thing for if you've got a garnishment pending, or if there's a lawsuit pending. Any of those things get stopped immediately from the time that you file bankruptcy. After you file bankruptcy, there's a hearing set up. It's called the first meeting of creditors, or sometimes called the 341 meeting. The reason it's called the 341 meeting is that there's a section in the bankruptcy code, that's section 341, that talks about the first meeting of creditors being required. Generally speaking, people are very nervous for those meetings. I can tell you though for a fact that the biggest surprise most of my clients have is how quick and easy those hearings are. They are generally really just very superficial, because much of the work in the bankruptcy case is actually handled behind the scenes, where my office will communicate directly with the office of the trustee to exchange documents and provide them information about your financial circumstances. But still, you do need to go to that meeting, and it is still very nerve-wracking for most people. Generally speaking, your attorney, this is how I'll do it. I'll sit there right next to you as you're going through the meeting, and I'll be there to assist you if you get confused or concerned about any of the questions that are before you. After that first meeting of creditors, there's generally a 2-month waiting period that allows creditors or other parties of interest to object to you getting your discharge, or object to a certain specific debt being discharged, or for that matter, a certain piece of property being protected through the process. It's what's called a negative notice process. And so what that means is, if at the end of that 2-month period nobody has raised an issue, then you're going to get your discharge and your case basically is over and you're all set and you can go on with your life. If someone does raise an issue during that period, then it has to be addressed and the case can go on a little bit longer. There's one exception to the fact that once you get your discharge, your case will be over. There are certain circumstances where the trustee who's appointed in your case will want to review certain assets and see if there's some way that an asset can be turned into cash for the benefit of your creditors. Sometimes that will take longer than the 2 months that it takes for you to get your discharge after the first meeting of creditors. If it does, the trustee still does have the right to actually go forward with his or her collection efforts after you've received your discharge. Just getting the discharge doesn't necessarily mean that your case is closed. So once you get your discharge, you might just want to touch base with your attorney's office to make sure that your case has been closed. Because until your case is closed, you actually don't have the ability to go on and, for example, liquidate certain assets. You'd have to talk to your attorney about that first. If you want to find out more about Chapter 7 bankruptcy and the process, my name is Mike Greiner. I'm with the Financial Law Group, and my phone number is 586-693-2000. Our website is financiallawgroup.com, and if you give me a call, I'd be happy to sit down and meet with you personally for a free consultation.